Digimon Universe, eh? A new Digimon. Last one we got one of those was since Digimon Hunters, was it? Well, I mean, new. Because Digimon Adventure Try is just the third installment of the Digimon Adventure series, so I guess the last actual, next series thing would be Hunters. You know what I mean. This Digimon, of course, has to be the most different of them all, of course. From what I saw from the opening, every Digimon is new. I don't think there's any... Well, there probably are going to be reoccurring, like Digimon from older series, but it's Digimon. Of course there would. But I'm just saying, this looks like something like one of the new Yu-Gi-Oh! Or this show looks like any, new card game series, or whatever that... What was it? What is it called? Buddy Fight? Something? It looks like one of those. And they're doing the same thing with Digimon here. First of all, it's not. I don't really not like it. I do kind of like it, but the protagonist kind of a lot different from the other ones. Thankfully, he has goggles still, but he has green hair. I don't ever remember a Digimon protagonist having unnatural colored hair. Protagonist usually has some type of brown hair, unless we want to talk about Tageru, who had that little red patch of hair in front of his head, but maybe he dyed that. And just like Davis, his name does not start with a T like the rest of the and Marcus, or whatever Marcus's Japanese name was. This guy's name starts with an S. So is that going to be a thing? Every 2 other Digimon series, the protagonist's name is not going to start with a T? The Digimon in this series, they're small. They're all very small and cute-like. Digivice looks weird as well. I think it takes these little card chip things. And of course, not being called Digivices anymore. It's called an Appli drive. Wait. Okay. Also, for some reason, they don't announce themselves as Digimon. They announce themselves as Appmon. You know, as in apps. Like apps on your phone? Yeah, Appmon. And our protagonist Digimon's name is Gatchmon. Or something like that. Gatchamon, whatever. Appmon at one point in the episode explains that anyone with a smartphone can have an Appmon. And I think he says something like every app has a little Appmon in it. That's a little strange, but whatever. Only a certain few people can get an Appli drive, explained by Gatchmon. And I mentioned before about the little chip things, little card chip things that you put inside the Appli drive. Those are used, I think, to make Digimon physically appear in the real world. It's kind of already hard enough for me to adjust to a new Digimon series. I was already used to the Cross Wars Hunter thing. Oh, and I just remembered. Gatchmon is a walking search engine. First opponent in the episode are Messamon. Their only use is to send bad messages to people around the world. What a useless power. Dangerous, yet useless. Not only is our protagonist, what was his name, Hadu or something like that? Shigechi Hadu? Something like that. Let's say Hadu for... Hopefully I'm right. But protagonist, his little news that... The news around his mom's blog, apparently his mom blogged that he went to bed till 4th grade. That started spreading around town thanks to the Messamon. But when he got downtown, it changed at some point, and the girl that he likes in his class, a secret of hers started spreading around. So these things are spreading news around about probably everyone. So yes, the Messamon go around everyone's phones, and they started spreading rumors about everyone. Well, at least everyone's phones they hopped around to. You know, I'm starting off this series by hating the protagonist, our main character here, because he keeps saying that he's just a side character. Dude, you have a Digivice and a Digimon. You have goggles. You're automatically the protagonist. I mean, seriously, every protagonist main character we got, they act like a main character. Well, kind of iffy on Takato, but felt like Henry was more of a main character than Takato. But let's let's talk about this Digimon here. Talk about Universe. At some point, of course, they have to take elements from Digimon Hunters, the last series that Digimon just had. Take elements from that. They just took Digiquartz and turned it into something else and just said, hey, it's now called an AR field. It's apparently real life and the internet overlapping each other. Wasn't the Digiquartz something like that? Except it was made by Quartzmon and it wasn't really connected to the internet. It was more so the digital world. Whatever. Why is our protagonist starting off this series so weak? Earlier in the episode, our protagonist Haru saw a message on a vending machine that says something like, "Are you the main character, or protagonist, or whatever?" He gets that message again on his Digivice. Let's just call it a Digivice because we know it's a Digivice. He gets it again later on in an episode on his Digivice, and finally he gets brave. Finally, grow some balls, kid. His Digivice does some weird glowy thing. It actually becomes colored now, kind of like in the last series. Wow, Digimon Universe. Sure, stealing a lot from Digimon Cross Wars and Hunters. But anyways, he get a watch thing. That's cool, I guess. More merchandise. So then, Appmon gets realized. He becomes physical because again, our protagonist grows some balls and actually becomes brave and summons Appmon out. Wait, he summons Gatchmon out. My bad. So now, Gatchmon can fight. Gatchmon is a unique type. Like I said earlier in the episode, Gatchmon is a walking search engine. He's a walking Google. So when Gatchmon wants to use a special ability, Haru had to actually put up a giant holographic keyboard in front of him and actually type in something, and it will type into Gatchmon's head, and he actually has to search for it on the internet, making searching things on Google look cool. Another concept taken from Digimon Cross Wars / Hunters, mostly Hunters. When a Digimon is defeated, you can capture it, kinda. It just kinda lasered itself into his Digivice. So yeah, after it's defeated, it goes inside the Digivice, and then it pops out. I guess you can use it at some point. But he puts the chips inside of his little watch thing that he got when the Digivice actually acknowledged him as a protagonist or whatever it did. Then our protagonist goes back to the real world. Gatchmon's not there, but he meets up with him anyway later on, so... And he explains that Gatchmon stay physical, let's say, in the real world when they're realized. Again, it's going to take a while for me to adjust to this one. And at the very end of the episode, of course Haru's friend that we've seen throughout the entire episode is evil. Or being controlled. Whichever. But that was it for this episode. The first episode. There's going to be a lot. Knowing that it's Digimon, there's probably going to be over 50 of them. 40, 50. That's usually the amount of episodes Digimon has. It's all cool though. I like this series. I love the series. It's Digimon. I gotta like it, man. It's a series I grew up with. I like Gatchmon designs. I like the protagonist design besides the green hair. That's kind of weird for me, but I don't like the fact that a lot of this stuff I find familiar from Digimon Hunters and Cross Wars. I don't like the fact that they started a series with our main character just, I tell you, the complete opposite of courage. But that's it for this one, and I'll see you all in the next video. See you.